This is a WWN Publishing Group recording. Copyright 2016, all rights reserved. This is an abridged version of Killmore by Martha Sweeney to make the story appropriate for all listeners. If you want to read the complete story, you can find the ebook or paperback online. Links are provided in the description below. Killmore, Book 1 of the 2-book series. Read to you by the author. Chapter 23, Laurie. It's 5 o'clock and I'm in the shower, getting ready for my first fake date with Aiden. I purposefully avoid him and pretty much everyone else the past few days, as I've been trying to clear my head on a number of things. Trudy has spoken to Cody to give me some space, which I think has helped a little. Aiden has been really relaxed about everything, even apologizing when he's seen me in passing. I know I'm stalling with this whole helping thing. I have yet to figure out what I can use Aiden and the feds for to make this feel like a win-win situation for me, all while still coming to grips with the idea that I'm knee-deep in this shit again. Plus, yesterday was my real brother's birthday, and I missed it. I miss him. I'm able to spy on my family on occasion, following what they post on social media. It breaks my heart to not be able to contact them. They seem to have come to better terms with my death. My baby brother, who is 3 years younger than me, just posted some family photos. My parents had their wedding anniversary not too long ago, and it looks like my brother and his wife might be having another baby, who I will never get to meet. By 5:30, I'm standing in my closet trying to decide what to wear. I know it's a date, but I don't have any date clothes. The alarm system indicates that someone is here, so I put on a robe and head down to the door. "What are you doing here?" I ask, confused to see Trudy. "You've got a date tonight," she announces. "Yeah, I know," I answer. "The man will be here in less than 30 minutes, she states the obvious, entering the house. "We've got work to do." "What are you carrying?" I inspect. "Outfits, makeup, hair stuff," Trudy reveals. "Outfits?" "Yes, outfits as in date clothes," she explains. "I don't need outfits. I've got plenty upstairs," I remind. "You don't have any dresses," she presents. So? Anytime a girl goes on a date, she needs a dress, Trudy explains. "I don't do dresses," I say. "Yeah, tell me about it. You wore pants to Mr. Gregory Peach's funeral 2 years ago," Trudy reminds. "It was all black," I defend. "True," she agrees. "But you need a dress for this." "Why?" I ask. "Doesn't that say I'm trying too hard, especially since no one in town has ever seen me wear one?" Trudy studies me for a second. "You've got a point. And we don't want you coming off too easy for the guy. You need him to sweat. Work for your affection." "What?" I say nervously. "Dresses are easy access and make men think that they'll have a better chance at winning your heart or getting into your panties," Trudy shares. "Seriously? Do you want to mislead him? As in, make him think he may have already started to convert you by you wearing the dress, but play hard to get the whole night?" "What?" I reply. "No, you're right. A dress is too obvious. Okay, that's fine. We've got other things to work with," Trudy declares. "I'm seriously regretting all of this right now," I comment. "You won't once we get you dressed. Now, put these on," Trudy instructs. "We've only got 20 minutes. When I exit the closet, Trudy has me change my top 3 more times before giving me the thumbs up on a loose, V-neck, silk tank top style blouse paired with tight black capri dress pants and heels. She adds a few long crystal necklaces and a bracelet before ushering me into the bathroom. She brings in a chair and has me sit as I do my makeup and she styles my hair. The house alarm goes off and Trudy and I both pause for a few seconds before looking at the iPad. The camera that shows the driveway has a vehicle parked just behind Trudy's. A man who looks like Aiden is seen getting out of it and heads toward the door. "Man, he's early," Trudy comments. 5 minutes early. "You stay here. I'll let him in and tell him you'll be right down." "No," I snap. "Just tell him to wait on the porch." "Girl, he may be the father of your future children, my nieces and nephews. I will not tell him to wait outside in the hot, sticky weather for you," she challenges. Trudy doesn't give me the chance to object and disappears out of the room faster than a fat cop eating a donut. Holy fuck. Is this really happening? "Are you done yet?" Trudy asks, catching me off guard. "What?" "We need him to wait at least 5 or 10 minutes. "Why do I need to make him wait?" I ask. "All women make men wait. Besides, you don't want to seem too eager, do you?" she poses. "Don't I seem too eager by making him wait, making him think that I'm trying to make everything perfect before he sees me?" Trudy's mouth opens, but nothing comes out. "Shit, it could go either way, can't it?" "Yep," I confirm. "He looks good," Trudy adds. What do you mean? He looks good, like he carefully selected his attire for this evening. Are you sure you don't want to put on a dress? She asks. What? Why? He's dressed nice. Really nice, she presents. And I'm not, I whine. You are, but he's nice as in fuckable nice, Trudy sighs, fanning herself. I don't look fuckable, I whine. Fine, do what you want. You'll do that anyway, she huffs. I don't change, but to appease Trudy, I fuss with my hair and makeup a little more. The extra primping makes Aiden wait just a few minutes longer. He sees us as soon as we walk through the doorway from my bedroom because of the design of my house. Wow, Aiden says as I hit the first step. I grip the banister tightly with my right hand as I descend because it's been a long time since I've worn heels. I feel myself fidgeting for some reason at his reaction as I get closer. Well, I'll let you two kids go, Trudy says, breaking the silence. She doesn't have a curfew, but don't stay up too late. Funny, I comment sarcastically. Don't you have 2 teenage boys to worry about and need to get home to? Nah, Trudy denies. They're good. I've got an adult woman who I need to keep an eye on. Why, are you tagging along? I laugh. It's tempting, Trudy teases. I don't mind, Aiden comments. Trudy and I look at him, shocked that he's offered so casually. Trust me, you don't want me to tag along, Trudy laughs. I just get in the way of love. Trudy, I call. What? She returns. Why don't we see her out and we'll head to our destination at the same time, Aiden suggests. Sounds like a good idea, Trudy replies. Once we're outside, Aiden opens the passenger side door for me and the dogs. Jack never bothered doing this for me at any point of our relationship. Antonio didn't have to since he had his henchmen do it for both of us. Where are we headed? I ask as Aiden heads toward town. He offers a smile but doesn't answer. A few minutes later, we're pulling into the parking lot of the town's Italian restaurant. Aiden rushes around the car to assist with the door even though I'm halfway out. I apologize, not expecting the gesture, but he just smiles. You look lovely tonight, he mentions, offering me his arm. I contemplate the physical contact, but the support of his body just might come in handy as I walk in heels. Thanks, I reply, nervously. Once we're taken to our table, Aiden waits for me to choose my seat and then pushes it in for me. He then takes his seat, being careful as he gets settled to not bother the dogs who are now at our feet. You okay? He inspects. Yeah, I lie. Did I do something wrong? He asks with concern in his voice. What? No, I correct. You sure? I know I didn't bring flowers, but I didn't want to go overboard and seem like I was trying too hard, he states. That, plus your last incident with flowers. It's fine, I reply. Laurie, you can trust me, he coaxes. I'm fine, I repeat, just distracted by a few things. Like what? Anything I can help with? No, I assure. Thank you. If it helps, I'm nervous too, he confesses. A smile cracks across my face. I'm not nervous. Why would I or you be? I'm out to dinner with a beautiful, sexy woman, he shares, who wouldn't be a little intimidated, especially when he knows she's good with weapons. My smile widens and the tension in my body eases a little. You know, you're not so bad. Really? He says, perking up. When you're not trying so hard, I admit. The waiter comes over and we order our drinks. Our conversations are very general and casual as we wait to order food. Once our salads come out, we're quiet for a few moments. So, what's bothering you? Aiden presses lightly. I sigh, realizing that he's not going to let it go. Yesterday was my brother's birthday. Aiden studies me for a second. Do you miss him? Yeah, I confirm. Apparently, he's married and I have nephews with possibly another one on the way. I'm sorry, Laurie, Aiden consoles. Why? It's not your fault that I am where I am today. Or is it? I return. Aiden looks shocked and unsure of how to reply. I'm sorry, I huff. The last part was meant to be a joke. It's okay, he returns. I was nervous there for a second, though. When our entrees arrive, Aiden changes our topic of conversation. So what does the old Laurie like to do? I'm old now, I snap. No, shit, Aiden backtracks. That came out wrong. I meant the Laurie from when Laurie and Aiden knew each other. What did she like to do? I can't help but smile, knowing I got him. You think that's funny? He challenges. Just a little, I admit. Depends. Was she a full-on tomboy or prissy and girly? I think she had a little bit of both, Aiden states. She knew how to hang with the guys because of her brother, but she was still very much a girl. I mean, woman, which is what attracted Aiden to her. Really? Yes, he confirms. She would stand up for herself, and even her brother when he did stupid shit, but also wore dresses and liked to dance. I laugh. I haven't worn a dress in just over 7 years, let alone dance. Looks like we need to bring back that side of her, Aiden comments with a grin. No.
I can be very persuasive, Aiden boasts. I doubt that, I counter. Want to bet on it? Aiden presses. Sure, I agree confidently. What are the terms? If I get you into a dress while we're here in this town, at any point before Paul and I have to leave, Aiden begins, I win. And what do you get if you win? I laugh. You, Aiden answers. Me? I giggle nervously. What do you mean? Aiden's expression changes and the heat in the room increases as if the air conditioning has stopped working. The corners of his mouth twist upward. He leans forward with a confident gleam in his eye. If I win, I get you, naked. I can feel my face flush, and I'm not sure if he's serious or messing with me. It's been weeks since I've had any action other than with myself and my toys. And, if you win, if we're still invading your home 1 year from now, I'll help you leave without anyone else from the agency knowing about it, he adds. I take a huge gulp of my wine. His offer is a sweet one. This could be the opportunity that I've been looking for. I'll give him my body for one night. It's not new for me. I've done it dozens of times with Antonio. Deal, I agree hoarsely after swallowing my last gulp. Deal? He repeats, making sure he heard me correctly. Deal, I verify. Aiden extends his hand and we shake to lock in our bet. During the rest of our meal, we discuss easy things, adding details to our backstory of our relationship. When the waiter inquires about dessert, Aiden objects. He offers for me to get some, but also mentions that he might have something planned later in the evening. I opt to wait to see what Aiden may have hidden up his sleeve. We take a stroll along the boardwalk that follows the edge of the lake, allowing ourselves to be seen more. Aiden and I talk about incidentals and end up making each other laugh a few times. We stop at one of the outdoor bars and sit to have a few drinks. Our conversations continue and I find myself loosening up more with him, most likely the liquor. I even find me chastising myself in my head for the little bit of flirting I'm doing with him. God, I must be really horny. Suddenly, the clouds begin to rumble and the air crackles. I remove my heels as Aiden settles the tab so we can make it back to the truck fast enough before the rain starts to fall. Right as Aiden opens the passenger door for me, the drops of rain begin to pelt anything in their path. The dogs jump in after me, and Aiden scurries around to the driver's side. He puts the truck in reverse and heads to a different section of the parking lot where there isn't the chance of any trees falling on us. With the car in park and the rain pouring down, we sit, waiting for the storm to subside. That was a close one, Aiden states with his shirt half soaked. No shit, I laugh. Aiden's got a devious grin on his face. What? I inquire. Actually, I was planning on leading you inside the bar to dance, he shares. I don't dance, I comment. Everyone dances, he challenges. I don't, I reply. So you can, but choose not to, Aiden speculates. I don't answer. Good to know, he declares. I didn't say anything, I return. You didn't have to, he laughs. So, I think things are going pretty good. What do you think? About what? I check. About our fake relationship, Aiden reveals. I'd say I'm doing pretty good tonight. Maybe, I tease. Definitely, he returns. I've gotten you to smile more in one night than you have the whole time since I met you, and you've even laughed, too. I don't comment. Are we good for me to move in yet? He jokes. Funny, I say sarcastically. I've heard that I am, Aiden replies. And cocky, too, I announce. I'll be cocky for you any time, he offers. Laying it on pretty thick, aren't you? I say, avoiding his flirting. Well, I am that too, he laughs. Now who's the lightweight? I goad. I'm glad we're not driving right now. I'm good, he states. I'm just more comfortable around you. Is that it? I giggle. Aiden suddenly reaches over and places his hand on top of mine. My heart pounds against my chest, uncomfortable with us touching, so I yank my hand away and place it on my lap. What do you want to do, or talk about to pass the time? He asks, suddenly sounding more composed. So, why did you go into the military? I ask, evading his forwardness. True Aiden or fake Aiden? True Aiden, I say. I wanted to make a difference. I still do, he presents. Is that why you took the job with the feds? Yes, he verifies. I nod, but don't say anything. Do you hate me because I'm one of them? He suddenly asks. What? I return nervously. I know this isn't easy for you, he says. Feeling like you're being used again. I get it. But there are some of us honestly trying to fix things from the inside. There might be too many things to try and fix, I mention. One can hope, can't they? I guess, I remark. Aiden's fingers graze the side of my arm and over my tattoo. Do you have any others? What? I ask. Tats, he says. Maybe, I reply with a smirk. You? Maybe, Aiden returns, imitating me. Do you really want to know? No, I denounce sharply, knowing that agents aren't allowed to have any identifying marks on them. You'll need to get me naked to find out, he answers with a hint of desire laced in his words. The sudden sound of lightning cracking through the sky startles us both, causing us to jump a little. The rain falls harder against the truck as if it's trying to break through. Maybe I should get you home, he offers. Who knows how long this will take? Sure, I say. Despite the rain, Aiden maneuvers the truck carefully through the empty streets, driving only about 5 miles an hour. About 40 minutes later, we arrive and the rain has only lessened a little bit. Are you going to be okay? He asks. What? I check. Nothing, he says, putting the vehicle into park. Do you mean about the little bit of rain this is? I tease. This isn't a little, he states. Maybe for those of you from California it is, but for us, this is normal, I inform. Technically, I'm not from California, Aiden reminds. Or wherever you're from, I quip. I'm a big girl. I'll be fine. Aiden looks hesitantly at me and then suddenly pushes his door open and runs around the truck to my side. He's practically drenched by the time I get the door open and he's standing right next to me. He helps me to the porch and I punch in the passcode and place my hand on the pad for the house to register my print. Even with the 20-foot porch, we're still getting hit with rain. I get the door open and sign for the dogs to enter. I take a step in and feel Aiden's warm body connecting with my back. What are you doing? I want to say goodnight, but I don't want to continue to get wet, he presents. Funny, I muse. What's that? Most men don't mind getting wet when they're with a woman, I say. Shit, did I just say that? Aiden pushes the door closed. Funny. I offer a fake smile. Thank you, he says. For what? For a great night, he states. Is this the real Aiden or the fake Aiden talking? I check. He steps closer to me. Both. His hands take a hold of my hips and gently tugs me closer. What are you doing? He doesn't say anything but offers a sexy grin. Shh, he directs, pulling me closer. Shh, he repeats, wrapping his arms around my body. I don't move, nervous and confused by what's happening. He steps back, but his right hand captures my left and he pulls me softly, coaxing me to step into him again. Aiden's hand that was on my back shifts and reaches into his pocket and pulls out his phone. He does something with it and all of a sudden, music starts playing. What are you? Shh, he soothes. Just dance with me. But just one dance and then we'll say goodnight, he offers. Before I get the chance to object, Aiden has my right hand in his and presses it against his chest while the other holds my hip as he starts to guide our bodies to the music. Just one song, he requests in my ear. Which Aiden is this? I check. Does it matter? He searches. I don't answer. The rain falling in the background adds a sultry feel to the music as we rock. Both of us are drenched in dripping water all over my floor. The heat from our bodies almost makes it look like the moisture on our skin and clothes are steaming in the shadows. Emotions and thoughts swirl inside me, blurring the lines of reality. This is so wrong on so many levels. He's one of them. He's one of the enemies. I can't trust him. Use him to get what you want. Do you even know what you want? At some point, Aiden holds me closer, and I can feel his warm breath against my ear. Thank you, he says sweetly. His lips brush my cheek before he pulls back further. We stand swaying to the next song as we stare into each other's eyes. We should get together tomorrow, he announces. Okay, I mumble. I had a great time tonight, he shares. I look forward to the next one. What makes you think there'll be a next one? I return, needing to gain back some control. I have a hunch, he muses. Aiden leans in and kisses my cheek. His lips linger as he says, Good night, sexy. At some point, I find myself standing in my foyer alone. The door is closed and no one else is in the house but the dogs and me. I look down at them as they rest on the floor and they just stare back up at me. The web of lies that need to be constructed to justify any of this, all of this, is going to be extensive.
This is the end of this chapter. Thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying the story so far. To read the full, unabridged version, you can find a link in the description below. To find out about new releases before the general public, be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. You'll find a link in the description as well. Also, to be notified when the next chapter is published, make sure you subscribe to my channel.